Former Gears of War creator Bleszinski now working on a new free-to-play shooter. Firefall's official launch is on the way with its largest content update ever. Blizzard details Hearthstone Curse of Naxxramas pricing, Epic Games reveals new footage for Fortnite, and much more on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. If you've ever enjoyed a game of Unreal Tournament, Gears of War, or if you're really old jazz Jackrabbit, then you can have Bleszinski to thank. The 20-year design veteran worked alongside others at Epic Games up until the release of Gears of War 3 in 2012, when Cliff announced he would retire from making video games. Only 2 years later, however, Cliff has left retirement to form a new studio, Boss Key Productions, and today announced the studio's first game, a free-to-play sci-fi arena shooter codenamed Project BlueStreak. Boss Key Productions also revealed the studio would be teaming up with Nexon in order to publish BlueStreak through Nexon America. Outside of these details, little else is known about the project. Bleszinski has been quoted as saying he feels the game and its concept will really resonate with players who have been clamoring for a new take on an old favorite, and views the move to free-to-play as an opportunity to reach the largest potential audience while embracing where the industry is headed. A website exists for Boss Key Productions, as does a Twitter account for Project BlueStreak, but details have been slow to trickle out of either currently. SOE has released a few new screenshots through Twitter showcasing some additional dynamic weather effects currently being implemented into their zombie survival MMO H1Z1. The screenshots show a stark contrast between your run-of-the-mill bright sunny day and some of the H1Z1's more dreary weather conditions, including heavy fog, rain, and snow. Changes in weather are said to impact gameplay, although to what extent yet is unknown. As an added bonus, since both H1Z1 and PlanetSide 2 share a similar version of SOE's in-house ForgeLight engine, PS2 will also be getting the weather treatment, and it will affect gameplay, although because it's in a future filled with nanotechnology, players probably won't find themselves dying of hypothermia on the battlefields. H1Z1 is currently on track for alpha release through Steam's early access fairly soon, where it will be available for $19.99. Once it's out of early access, H1Z1 will be available as a free-to-play title. If you'd like to check out the screenshots for yourself, be sure to follow the link in the description below. Blizzard had released new pricing details regarding the upcoming Hearthstone expansion Curse of Naxxramas. In a new blog post, the studio revealed the expansion's 5 wings of content would be released over the course of 5 weeks, with each week representing the opening of a new wing. The first of these wings, the Arachnid Quarter, will be available for free to all players during the launch event window, which according to Blizzard will last roughly a month or so. After Arachnid, the Plague Quarter, Military Quarter, Construct Quarter, and Frostworm Lair will all open up in that order. In terms of pricing, each wing can be purchased for 700 gold or $6.99 USD. Unlike the arena, once a player unlocks a wing, it will become available to them permanently. Blizzard will also offer bundle pricing, giving players the opportunity to purchase all 5 wings for $24.99. If players opt to purchase a few of the wings with gold, they can still take advantage of the bundled pricing by purchasing the remaining wings for a reduced bundle price. Blizzard also reveals that once players have defeated all bosses within each wing, they'd unlock the heroic version of that wing, which will prove to be significantly more challenging. While you only need to complete each wing of Naxxramas on normal mode to unlock the expansion's new set of cards and legendaries, defeating the entire encounter on heroic will net you a special card pack. While Gears of War guru Bleszinski may have left Epic Games to start his own free-to-play focused studio, Epic Games is still around and still making third-person games last we checked. One of these games happens to be Fortnite, the free-to-play third-person shooter which has players building makeshift strongholds by day and defending them against increasingly difficult hordes of monsters by night. While originally announced in 2011 as an Unreal 4-powered PC exclusive, today marks the first time Fortnite has shown its gameplay undergarments to the public. Unfortunately, the video provides no commentary on what's being shown, but you can easily see Epic intends to give players the ability to quickly and intuitively erect defensible structures and place traps to help bolster the defense from both enemies flooding in from both the ground and air. Other features confirmed but not seen in the trailer include Fortnite's MMO progression through the use of classes and individual character locks. The full video is available right here on MMOBomb's YouTube channel, which you can watch by simply clicking the link in the description box below. After a long and undoubtedly checkered development period, Red 5 has finally announced Firefall is nearing its official release date. Set to go live on July 29th, Firefall's official launch is said to be much more than a mere rebranding from open beta. On top of introducing several major changes aimed at simplifying the MMO's progression and crafting systems, Firefall will also receive its largest content update ever. According to Red 5, the official launch update will quadruple the amount of world space in Firefall and add roughly 15 times the amount of content previously available during beta. New zones will be added at launch, including Devil's Tusk, and a brand new open-world continent in which players can opt to participate in PvP while capturing, controlling territory, and harvesting resources. The introduction of open-world PvP is a feature long requested by fans and represents the return of PvP after Firefall's instant-based PvP was removed last year. Leading up to launch, MMOBomb will have some more exclusive information regarding Firefall's last update, so be sure to check out our website later this week for further details. WebZen is now serving up an open beta for players interested in trying out their latest MMORPG, Archlord 2. Self-described as a brutal PvP MMO, Archlord 2 offers players the opportunity to join one of two factions and battle it out across a variety of PvP scenarios, including 400-player battlegrounds and open-world contested zones. The move to open beta comes with a patch that increases the level cap from 30 to 41, adds the Aquila Arena Skirmish, increases basic attack speeds by 20%, and slightly adjusts how secondary attributes are calculated. While Archlord 2 features a fair amount of instant dungeons to tackle, WebZen will be primarily focused on the monitoring of PvP during the open beta in order to fine-tune combat over the course of the summer. Regardless of which style of content you focus on though, WebZen wants to remind players that Archlord 2 is an MMO focused on party-based content and not solo questing. Have you had a chance to check out Archlord 2 yet? Let us know what you think of it in the comments below. Enmasse Entertainment has just recently announced a series of new updates are on their way for the action MMORPG Tera. Scheduled to be released in phases, the content update will increase the level cap up to 65, adding new skills and glyphs which players can put to use in the brand new continent of Northern Arun, where players will discover the 4th largest city in-game. A new zone also means new instant dungeons for players to complete, including a so-called competitive instance. Keeping with the competitive tone, guilds will also be able to compete against one another for new seasonal guild housing additions. Other notable additions include improvements to enchanting, the ability to combine crystals and artifacts, and a quest guide. Currently, the first update is scheduled to go live in Korea on July 23rd, with Enmasse tentatively planning for a North American release before the end of the year. As for the EU, Gameforge, who handles publishing duties for Tera in the EU, has yet to speak on the matter. And the game of the week is March of War. Set in an alternative Dieselpunk era, March of War is a turn-based strategy which allows players to choose from one of 6 warring factions, each with their own distinct fighting style in a bid for global domination in a war-torn world. As a commander, you'll be tasked with capturing and controlling key command posts necessary to field new units onto the battlefield. Players will need to be mindful of their army composition, however, as only a certain amount of each type of unit may be used at one time, requiring players to employ a wide array of faction-specific units ranging from simple ground infantry types and air units to guerrillas and war elephants. As players win or lose battles, territory lines across the game's global map will shift as each faction tries to gain new ground against their enemies. In between battles, players may customize their army's composition while upgrading existing troops with newly researched weaponry and abilities. As players advance through March of War's episodic campaign, they'll gain the chance to directly influence the course of war by voting on new content to be added and by forming an intricate web of political allegiances and betrayals, where decisions made will directly influence the course of the war. So, if you're looking for a turn-based strategy with deep cooperative and PvP experiences, multiple factions with a wide amount of unit variety, and a persistent territorial map influenced by your battles, then be sure to check out March of War. That is going to be all on this week's episode of Free-to-Play Weekly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to head over to MMOBomb.com for more free action. Until next time, Natsumii out.